Hey, warrior friends. Welcome back. This is Mrs. Armstrong, and today I want to start something new with you, something we've never done before. I have picked out a chapter book that I would like to start reading to you guys. Each week I'm going to have a new chapter for you to listen to. The book that we're going to be reading comes from the amazing world of Stuart, and our story is called Stuart's Cape. Before we read, I always like to thank the author, Sarah Pennypacker, and the publishing company, Scholastic Books, for allowing us the permission to make these videos to share with our students. Before we start reading today, I wanted to make sure that you guys could see the awesome cape that I'm going to be wearing while we read our book today. And this might be a really great time to go check out Dad's closet. Maybe you could help him clean it out. Get rid of all of his old ugly ties and make a cape just like mine for you to wear too. Chapter 1, Stuart Makes a Cape. I want to have an adventure, Stuart moaned for the third time. He mushed up his face against the rainy window and squinted. This made the world look even smearier. It was fun, but not fun enough. I don't have anyone to play with. I can't build anything because all of my stuff is gone. I've played horses and dinosaurs and gorillas all morning. Now, I want to do something different. School starts in a few days, his mother reminded him. That'll be something different. Stuart had not forgotten this. He had been worrying all week. Stuart and his family had just moved to Punbury, so he had a lot to worry about. What if there were man-eating spiders in his new bedroom closet? Or a man eating spiders? What if he got lost? And worst of all, he would be in a new school for third grade. Hundreds of things could go wrong. What if he couldn't find the bathroom? What if he could find the bathroom, but he got locked inside? What if no one wanted to be his friend? Stuart was very good at worrying. He was not so good at waiting. Anyway, he sighed, in a few days is in a few days. I want to have an adventure now. He slid down to the floor next to his cat to think. I wish I were Whizzer the Space Boy, he said to One Tooth. I would put on my cape and save the planet. I wish I were Tool Man or Rubberlegs Roger. I would put on my cape and... Stuart smacked his head and jumped up. Of course, he shouted. Adventure only happens to people who have capes. Nonsense, said his mother. People can have adventures in dresses or nice warm sweaters. Business suits or pajamas, added his father. Nope, said Stuart, shaking his head. The cape is the thing. It must be a rule. I can't even think of one person who has ever had an adventure without one. Can you? Stuart's mother scrunched her eyes down, thinking hard. His father scratched his chin, thinking hard. And Aunt Bubbles tugged at her braids, thinking hard. 3 lemons fell out. Oh, good, she cried. I was wondering where I had packed those. Aunt Bubbles went into the kitchen to make lemonade, and Stuart's parents followed her to make sure that nothing exploded, and One Tooth followed them all to see if tuna fish was involved. But Stuart said to himself, you need a cape. The hall was full of boxes from moving, but none of them was his, though. Stuart had packed up his best stuff, and he left it outside for the moving van. But the trash collector had taken it instead. His extremely valuable things mistaken for trash. And a mannequin arm, an oven door, A dead Christmas tree, a cracked toilet seat, a box of bent coat hangers, false teeth, wonderful stuff. It had taken him years to collect it. Stuart poked around in the boxes. No capes. Just some junk that his family was throwing out. A bunch of old ties, a rusty stapler, and one purple sock. Said Stuart. One by one, side by side, very carefully, Stuart stapled the ties together. 100 ties would make a wonderful cape. Heavy and smooth and long. And inside he stapled the purple sock for a secret pocket. Stuart put on the cape, and things felt different right away. Very different. Stuart ran to the hall mirror. He threw his shoulders back and puffed up his chest. He stretched his mouth wide, but not in a smile. He twisted around so he was looking boldly over one shoulder. In this position, it was hard to see himself in the mirror. He had to slide his eyeballs around to the edges of his eyes. But it was worth it, because there in the mirror was someone who was sure to have adventures. There in the mirror was... Just then the doorbell rang. Well, he would think of a name later. Well, that's where our story ends for today. I wonder what kind of name Stuart's going to come up with for himself now that he has an awesome superhero cape. What kind of superhero name would you give to Stuart? Join me next time and we'll read the second chapter and find out what name Stuart gives himself. See you later. Bye.